Hey there, welcome back. Yeah, so like we were saying, they own all of the industry, but they don't own the actual source. So that's pretty decent. We can survive that. They now here's the other thing. We're up against two companies. And so they currently have a company value of a lot because, they own everything, but they really only still have 100 grand. So first thing we're going to do is like we always do, we're going to try to bid for this sawmill. Then we're going to get outbid by one of them, and maybe even the other one. Then we got to find another sawmill. This one way up here in the middle of nowhere is good. Done. So now we're going to go ahead and bid for the other sawmill. And there's the other dude. So we're going to make them both go bankrupt. Otherwise, this is extremely challenging because they both have excellent starts. The St. Paul dude can connect to Rochester, and it's not an awful connection. It's a little close, but obviously he's got his farm. He doesn't have access to grain, which is interesting because Minneapolis area is grain central. That's where Land O'Lakes and all the cereal companies are. Um, the other guy, of course, starts between Milwaukee and Chicago, so has a complete domination over all the major cities. So all we have left is the crap in Manitowoc and the stuff down here. Sorry, I had to pause there. Um, so yeah, it is an extremely tough start if you didn't do that trick with the sawmills, because they all the big cities would be taken. I guarantee you, this guy would have connected to Rochester. Maybe we could do a run to Rochester like at the start. Now, there's no harm against using other people's track, and not only can you do that, but you can deliver to other people's stations, all that stuff. It's just that you got to be tricky because they're going to be making the money off of their stuff while you're making the money off of your stuff. So you're trying to balance all that out. So we have to get passenger revenue, and then of course even if they connect to these big cities, let's say they did connect, the city itself is independent money. So when you're delivering passengers to a city, you're not giving that money to your competitor. And so it's actually okay to share a city with a competitor. The problem is that that competitor could sometimes suck up all the passengers, and then you're sitting there with zero passengers and you're waiting. So then your trains are a lot less efficient because you can't predict, or throttle the 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 stuff properly. Getting up to 3 million in company value. I remember I said earlier that that was no big deal, but then of course I struggled to get that done on time. I think the biggest thing here is how am I going to earn my initial money? It's always the initial thing. We are in Iowa. There are wheat fields right here. Technically, it should be corn, but the game only has wheat. And then, of course, uh, that's a little too rich for our blood, but we could do that. Everybody needs wheat, of course, because we have a bunch of small cities, and we could actually use this wheat to grow all the cities around us and turn them into something bigger. And actually, you got a farm right here, so we can make ourselves a little triangle and just make money off this triangle right now. We don't have to go bonkers and connect all the way to Chicago. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I will, though, upgrade my station to at least level 2 so we have the rightmost track in place. And we have a connection south to the wheat field. And then from the wheat field, we're going to go over, across, and up at 66 grand, and then of course this up. The insanity of this is that put me in a hole. So now we're going to start buying some trains, and we got our consolidation here. Look at that. I can do 15. And what I could do for now, because these trains are so expensive, is after I drop it off, I'm now going to pick up meat. 7 of them. I mean, look at this. I mean, he's basically... I got him down to 34, but if I'm not so dang greedy, I could cut back on this and get him into the 40s. So basically, I have an industrial type of train moving as fast as the American with passengers. So, very interesting. So yeah, this is operating with just one train. And another thing I can do is I want to buy this wheat field. That's going to add another 43 grand to my debt, though. And at the moment, I'm only at 0.5%. I could do the thing which lets me do the issue bonds. As you've learned, I don't like doing that. If anything, when I do that, it causes my daily rate, as you can see, is 0.5%. That daily rate jumps up to double. But yes, there is a trade-off. I'm not as deep into debt either. And I am buying a crap ton of this wheat at this price. And I'm even waiting for wheat. So I'm going to just go ahead and skip. So far, negative 90,000 is my investment in this train. I'm just selling the wheat alone. It's going to be like 3 grand each. I know we're accruing 600 bucks a day. He is still moving at 36 miles an hour, which we've always targeted that, right? Always the low 30s with the John Bull or with anything. And so, while that guy's doing that, let's check on our competitors. Yep, we got them nailed. They're not doing anything. So there we go. And it's going to take so long just to sell everything that by the time he sells, we'll at least have some meat generated already. And we already ate into half of our investment, which is good. Now, this is still very high because we're getting the daily accrual, and it's also worse because we're gathering the meat. So, for example, I just took one of the meat. Should I wait? Should I go? Great question. I think I'm going to go and just let it have a chance to generate all that meat while I'm gone. And yeah, I'm only going to be selling one meat. I get it. It's not going to get me out of my debt very, very well, but neither is just sitting here and waiting. So what we can do is just do another cycle, let all this meat generate while I go back over here. And it's moving at a very nice speed. So we go, I only got 7 grand for that. And then, you know, if you factor in the fuel, that was only closer to 5. If you factor in the interest, I don't even think I gained any ground. Then we're going to come down here, and once again, this is going to be 800 bucks each. I'm buying it. And of course I'm not going to buy it in time, because he's going to start buying before I finish. And I may have ruined this game by going too far in debt. We are going to fill up full this time. There he goes. I'm going to speed the game up. This is going to keep ticking up. Selling the wheat alone is not going to eat too far into this. It's the meat that's going to eat into it. And look, I did a whole loop around, and the meat's not even done. Where's Fairfield? Way over there. Alright, so industry incentive for grain. If this passes, I would just sell grain here to get a whole bunch of money. Well, the good news is there's so much dang grain that ate into the cost there. And this is the part that hurts, because I still have to pay for the meat. So yeah, my debt's going right back up to where it was. How much more do I... Nope, I got all I'm looking for. So I'm pretty high in debt. Just gotta hope it doesn't accrue too fast. I am moving at a good click. This is where I should make my ground back. I made some. Not that much. And see, I'm only at 5 here. So the problem is I'm going to come down here and pick up too much. See, look at this. The level of the office in St. Paul has been raised to 2. So he found some money and raised his office to level 2. So they are doing something. One second. Okay, I am back. We have this infinite loop problem. So I can take about 7. And I'm going to skip. I'm going to get to the business of selling that meat, because the meat is, of course, where the real profit is. You can tell that the train is making a profit. It's right now we have to counteract the daily draft of $600. And one of the things I guess I should do is what I told you I wasn't going to do, but we need to get it done. There we go. That'll suck up the daily draft a little bit. But see, our daily rate jumped up to 1.1%. And there's 20 grand more. If this passes, we got ourselves a nice opportunity to sell some grain down there. Obviously, I want to buy this farm, so I'm not spending so much, but 100 grand is pretty steep for me at the moment. I need just one more meat. And yeah, this daily accrual is still hurting me. And then as these days go by, I just get slapped with interest. And there we go. So I'm off to the races. And remember, I have a limit to how much meat I'm willing to buy, too. It's like the whole thing is limited when you're using these goods. Got to be really careful. I do have the ability to sell grain here, there, but as you saw, if I'm far enough in debt, I don't make enough money from the grain to make it worth my while. And right now I'm at 45, which is pretty bad. Oh, did you see the office in Rockford went to level 2? That's the other guy. So he's catching up. They're up to level 2. Woo! Alright, this should get me close to 0. Slightly over 0. But as soon as this comes due, that's going to bump me back down. So here, it's almost ready. This guy, as you can see, can't make the stuff fast enough. Having a furniture factory is sort of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, because both of these goods require a lot of effort to produce. Alright, so the incentive did not pass. See how 2 of them passed? This one did not, so we don't get the extra bonus to the grain, which, you know, if I had the lobby guy, I could have pushed for that. So this is a spot where if I take too much grain, I'm just going to skip. I probably already took too much. Okay, negative 4,000 sort of hurts, but the grain by itself will be enough to counteract that. And now I actually could take the maximum grain because I could sell whatever I have left to Creston. That works. I wish you could teletrain to sell as much as you can to this industry and then sell the rest to that. I mean, you can teletrain to split it, but you have to like delineate it yourself. Not quite as good. And if Lamani, Iowa, actually has a steel mill, I would be impressed. They have a lot of these in Iowa. Okay, so we're getting into the clear, but I have a full loan and a full bond, so this of course is going to put me right into the negative again, but hopefully only temporary. I need one more. So with this cycle, I'm always short just one meat. The overdraft is only $96. So I got this little triangle going. It's sort of working. I don't know what I changed. The part that's, I guess, painful is how do I break out of this? Like, how do I eventually go somewhere else? I mean, yeah, I could sell meat somewhere else, but I'm laying more track. I'm paying more. I'm going further in debt. And look at this. I'm 22 grand in debt now. And oh yeah, that's right. So grain prices are going to go through the roof. But we own the wheat field, so I'm not worried about it. So a lumber delivery in Fairfield. That's not far away. I don't have the ability to make lumber. In fact, we should study that. Like, where the heck are the logs even at on this map? Look at this, way up here in Brainerd. I just drove through there on my motorcycle not too long ago. Right here, there's 3 beautiful ones, but guess who owns the sawmill? That's my fault, right? I sold him that sawmill. That I probably should have paid more attention to. Here's one. Yeah, I sold him that sawmill. So that just means I need to build my own sawmill somewhere else. There's no for sale signs up here. That means I'm traveling far. But with these new consolidations, I can. I can just load a whole bunch of them, and I don't have to do as many short trips. Alright, so we sold the meat, as you can see, and we hit the 20. So I am completely screwed. So I gotta branch off. Put me another 21. And just hit skip. No, I want him to go. Oh, come on. He was supposed to go there. Alright, so he's going here, and he's going to pick up all this wheat. And we're actually going to have him go there. No, we weren't going to pick up as much wheat as he was originally scheduled for, because we got the meat on here too. Alright, so we're just accumulating debt because of this screw up. But that's the problem with the triangle, is you're making your money, you feel like you're finally getting out of the woods, and then you hit your maxes. So this little thing, see, look, he hasn't even consumed one piece of meat yet. Now this guy is producing plenty of meat, which is great. That's going to get me out of the woods. Very happy with that. But I got trouble. Hmm. Right here's a sawmill. So I can take those 3 wood up there and just bring them all down to here. It's a longer trip, but I could do it. Notice I don't have a time limit on this one. Well, actually I do, right here, 1500 days. Okay, I'm finally above 0, so I'm not, dealing with the ticking time bomb. That helps, but the moment that I start buying all this meat up, I will. I'm going to go right back in debt like I did before. So that's the the cycle I'm going through. Now, selling all this grain will get me some money towards that. This thing still has 8 months left before it goes away. I'm eventually going to owe 100 grand back, and I don't feel like I'm making a dent. I have 1 train, and that's it. This helps. So there we go. I was able to get up to 30 grand now. Okay, I'm up to 85 grand. Gonna buy up all the meat. I'm still positive, so at least I'm not getting the daily draft problem. I could have done this with John Bulls, I think. That might have been a smarter play. Alright, so I got the 2. I'm hitting the max. So now I'm going to skip. We're going to go to Cedar Rapids. I have the 12 population here. I really need to get either to Rochester, right? Because it's not that far away. So I can start getting some transports going. And so here we go. We're selling our meat. All the leftover made plenty of profit. I'm at 118,000. So what do I do? Well, I got 2 choices here. One, I could pay off my bond, and then I could take a new bond, which will stretch me out another 12 months. There's only 181 days left, which means I'm 6 months into this bond. Or I can try to get a passenger route set up. So let's do exactly that. So if I came off of here, I don't want to deal with this mess. Let's go for the home run, right? So we're going to come straight across. The home run would be Chicago or Milwaukee. I am currently heading towards Chicago, so let's do that. 130 grand. That's doable. That's very doable. Chicago has 3 for sale signs. Milwaukee only has 1. I think eventually we will connect to Milwaukee. I got an oil, so I can process oil in Chicago. I could do the meat packing plant, which is what this is, of course, in Chicago. There's a wheat field here. We have iron ore, but where's the coal? So if I did want to do steel, I got the iron on this side. Where's the coal? Way up here's one. There's one. Oh, there's iron here and coal here. So the steel's going to be in Des Moines. I'm going to be putting a steel mill there. I'm going to eventually get some more land to buy here. So we could put a steel mill in Des Moines, and I could grow up these cities to eventually... This one actually has a plot of land, so we could do steel there, although that'd be a little tricky at this point. The lumber, like we said, is very far away. But the lumber sawmill I can do right here next to Winchester or Rochester. And that delivery is not too far. Yeah, I think this is going to work. We're going to go to Chicago. And then Milwaukee is also a beautiful place, but Chicago is where we're going to go. Alright, I still got to do these shenanigans with this train until I get all this sorted out. But I am going to go ahead and purchase something. I should probably get an American. Yeah, we're going to do an American. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Look at that. He goes 62 miles an hour now with everything upgraded. How are we doing for people? I have 12. We're going to at least get the repair shop in there. I don't have it upgraded yet. And then we're going to copy him. We're going to do one more. We're going to push our debt a little bit. There we go. Unpause. This guy is coming back. He's going to get some more grain. Those two are off and running. I have to micromanage this a little, this grain thing, because that's the thing. Like, if I have my own train doing the grain, I could just sell him to go here, and then he could just sit there and wait until they all sell, and I don't care. But with the way I have it currently set up, I got to micromanage it, because he's also buying the meat and moving on. But I do want to see how much I'm going to make from this, because this is going to dictate whether I made a stupid decision. 9,000 each, and then 12,000 for that. Yeah, we're good. We're going to be good. And then this guy, we're going to come over here and micromanage him. I'll slow it down a little bit. Look at this, we're almost out of the hole. Getting the passenger route set up was all we needed, and now boom, we're good. We have a little bit of overdraft, but no big deal. Gonna buy up some meat. In fact, I'm gonna just buy the whole thing. Would have been nice to do that before I started buying all the meat, but it is what it is. I am pretty far in the hole at the moment. It is nice to own the farm. Absolutely nice to own the farm. I'm going to at least sell 2 meat here, which will help. And then we're just going to have them skip. Get some of our big time revenue here with that guy coming in. And the problem with the meat here is that one's going to fill up. But I think this is going to work out because we're going to get nice profit from. In fact, I gotta help this guy out. There we go. So prices rose. So like, look, instead of 800, it's 1200 for grain. But again, I own the grain farm, so it's completely free for me. So as much as it's a cool little feature, you just get around it by owning the farm or the field or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I do have to pause. I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I think we finally broke through and are at least making some decent money. I gotta figure out what to do with this cycle here, because clearly this train is going to deliver way too much grain for this. There is opportunity to sell grain in other ways. So for example, I can take 1, 2, 3, 5 of those off. And see how there's like this bigger space between them? So it does allow you to split your delivery. That's not the issue. It's this kind of stuff. Like if this were ever to get to 20, and then you're trying to deliver 5 to here, and this guy can take more, like it's not smart enough to switch it around. Like you'll have to come back and micromanage it. So we basically got a very expensive train doing something that maybe it shouldn't be doing. Until I get out of the hole, I probably can't do too much else. I do want to get a second track going. Maybe add a third and a fourth train, but I'd have to be careful. Des Moines is not that large of a city. I can take, for example, if you can see here, it can take some coal. And we do need coal for a steel mill. So yeah, so what I can do is come out the back here. I don't see any way I can avoid going across the water twice. It's going to be 42 grand. Ugh. So you can see I got just to 20. It's almost like I timed that perfectly, but I didn't actually count or anything. And I think I can get away with just a John Bull on this one. We're going to go ahead and grab 4. I'm going to fill this thing up and hit 20 in no time. But that's going to grow Des Moines a little faster. And then cotton. That's right, we haven't looked for cotton. Where? Oh, there's right here's a factory. Where is... Oh, way up here. St. Cloud, of all places. Oh, way up in the corner here, Rapid River has a sheep farm. Those are both extremely far away. Thank you for giving us a furniture factory and the ability to use it. And here's incentives for wool appeared in in St. Cloud, so we could potentially get some nice. All right, we're at least out of debt. That part's good. We're going to owe 100,000 there. This will eventually just go away. So I'm not as worried about repaying this, although look, it's only 14 grand at the moment. 3 payments of 4,700. We are at our 100 grand. I'm going to go ahead and pay that back, so we're at least out of debt. Oh, I got to micromanage this. Hit skip. This textile factory, being where he is, we could run some track, connect to here, and then try to connect up to that sheep farm. It's just so far away. But they are correct. That furniture is our key. Because look, there's a demand for furniture here, and then not too far away, some more furniture there. We could sell furniture to both sides and make some big money. But the setup, just laying the track, is expensive. And this, of course, is doing its thing. What I'm thinking of doing is reallocating this guy to do something else. Setting up a John Bull to deliver the wheat to here, because then I don't care if the John Bull's waiting. It's not as big a deal. So then I got this big train I need to do something else with, and that's what I'm trying to wait for. Is I want to get to the point where maybe I can have another connection, or maybe this big consolidation. He's the perfect guy to go all the way up to St. Paul and grab sheep, because look, that's just a really long trip, and so you want to carry as much of them as possible to make the trip worthwhile. So I think before I do that, though, we're going to at least get this going. I know I only have 2 running back and forth, but this will make it more efficient. Especially if I ever get into a weird situation where one is facing the opposite direction, then they're going to be waiting a long time. There you go. That's 88 grand of it. The trains are faithfully one behind the other, but now if they ever were to get discombobulated, it's no big deal. We do have to make $1.5 million in passenger. I can't forget about that. I also need to get our R&D going. All right, so oh gosh, I'm so wrong. We have the consolidation, then we have the Mason Bogey, and then we have the 10-wheeler. I promise the 10-wheeler is after this. So there is another mission, because you do eventually get that 10-wheeler in a mission. So this will give us max speed bonus. It's an expensive one, but we're going to go ahead and do it. We'll just do 10. Let's improve the aging by 1,500 days. How could I complain about that? Alright, as expected, this guy's probably stuck. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to just shift that around. This would be lower, but look, it's capped out. I got to get some John Bulls in there. So let's do that now. So we're going to buy 5 wheat, deliver it to the farm. And then we're going to have another John Bull grab 4 meat. And we're going to start with the faraway town first. Then come back, get 4 meat, and deliver it to there. And then this guy is going to have to... We're going to have to pause him until I get the tracks and stuff sorted out. In fact, what I'm going to do is let's just... He's going to go to Chicago and deliver that meat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. So take that stuff all the way to Chicago. We got 2 tracks up, so he can do that, no problem. This guy, see, we're already up to 9. Okay, I want the industry to go in the back, and then of course the highway to go forward. This we need to level up. Lets me do that and that. I do have one more track that can come out. I don't want this to be used for this, so what we're going to do is we're going to reuse this track and just... I don't mean to be awkward about it. And we're just going to go vroom. I mean, there's nothing I can do. These things are so far away. I got to either go to the top right corner of the map, or we're going to come up here and go to St. Cloud. Right up Highway 10 there. And then after this guy finishes delivering the meat, we're going to set him up to do the textile factory. Then the textile factory look at how far in debt that took us. Alright, so obviously the passengers are getting us some good money. I'm already at $500,000. Chicago can definitely handle more. Can Des Moines? I think it can handle one more. So I'm going to go ahead and select a train. We're going to go ahead and copy it. Get one more going. Here you can see the meat is getting delivered, which is great because Chicago wasn't going to have any at all. And then he's going to go all the way up here. I can get 15 of them. And still go 42 miles an hour. That's amazing. I do, however, need to get a repair shop. Alright, so we got one done. If I ever get a steel mill here, I can just plug the iron in to the third track, get the iron routes, and then, we need a lumber route to come in too at some point. And there it is, new land available. So we're going to reserve this for the steel mill. This one is only $3.90 each. They have an incentive going on, so there's no need to buy it yet. That's right. So here we got to deliver all kinds of stuff to Chicago, Marinette, and Green Bay. And they give you 700 days, but I actually failed to do these. It's really hard. So you got to get lumber, steel, grain, and meat to all these guys. So the meat one we sort of have solved, but Marinette and Green Bay. So Green Bay, of course, is way up top. Where's Marinette? Oh, even further up top. So Green Bay here, Marinette there, and I think it's Marinetta, is I think the right way to pronounce it. And then, of course, we got Milwaukee, which so far doesn't have anything, but yeah, this is where it gets brutal. And actually, the John Bull delivering the meat is not necessarily going to be what we need to do. So our superhighway is going to start getting clogged. And what I can do is I can have one superhighway go to Chicago, but the other, and then like I said, we could do a Chicago to Milwaukee route. That's not the worst idea ever. I just don't think it's going to make that much money. But Green Bay and Marinetta are way the bloody up there. So what I could do is I can make a new highway that goes to Green Bay. And then we could just hit Marinetta along the way. What an interesting dilemma, that's for sure. I feel like this is going to happen on its own. This, of course, is going to happen on its own. This is the bigger challenge. The lumber, the steel. We can get the grain easy. Yeah. And then, of course, here I am making furniture, which we don't even need to do. And trying to make textiles, which, again, we don't need to do. So I sort of invested in the wrong thing here. But I am not in debt, so we could take some more debt if we need to get this thing rolling faster. We do need to keep this full of meat. But this guy here, in fact, the fact that he's delivering 4 meat to these various places is not the worst thing in the world. Just means we're making some money, but it does mean we got to get out the big guns. All right, so let's do the basic stuff first. We got to get Chicago built up. we can use Chicago to make some of these goods, but these are all basic goods. None of these are like high-end goods. So then we're just going to get the superhighway finished. Superhighway is going to be important because I'm going to be sending non-highway trains on these things. The good news though is that the consolidation goes 40 to 50 miles an hour. And we did establish that the American's going 60 at this point, but so, we could theoretically bottleneck the Americans from delivering, but we also established that the amount you get paid actually doesn't go down. Alright, so this is the part we somehow screwed up. I see what happened. Alright, we gotta delete and delete. Connect. 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 See, it screws him up. So he'll recalculate. Hopefully it won't take him too long. And now we got to get the next highway going. So this is before I, buy trains and do all this other stuff. 200,000. Boy, I wish I could afford it, but right now I can't. We're just going to go ahead and continue getting the consolidation upgraded. Consolidation is an excellent train. So we can at least get that going. Get those Americans making us some money. This John Bull's going to eventually run out of things to do. Green Bay's got all kinds of demand going on. This is our consolidation going up to grab all that sheep. Technically it's the wool. So yeah, this one's at 19. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... all he's going to do is just get stuck waiting. So we're going to change his route and just get 4 of those. And we're going to deliver it to the city to make the city grow. Not to the furniture factory. Okay. I need to make more monies. Yeah, so I got this going. It's 80 grand a pop. And remember, when I deliver to these, I don't make any money. So let's get one going here. So we'll at least get Chicago going. And that means... now what I could do is set up like an industrial lane, but for now I'm just going to do this. And then we're going to get another one going. There, that's 12 meat. And once again, we're going to get Chicago going. And then I got to get Chicago repair ready. Oh, look at this. This guy needs meat. Everybody needs meat. This guy needs meat. So what we're going to do is we'll sell meat to him, but only if we're more than 19. Then eventually this guy's going to need coal. Look, it grew again. We grew another size because now we need kerosene. All right, we at least have some of the Chicago stuff happening. I got to get the whole lumber mill going, which is where again? All the way up here. Green Bay is over here. This is where actually this was a very poor choice. I should have left all three of these next to him and made the guy buy this one. We do need steel. So I got to get the iron and the ore going. That part is also true. So at least buy the land. And you do get a massive amount of money if you can complete these. So if we like focus on one at a time. Right now though, I'm not even making lumber. Alright, so I made our purchase. The steel mill. We're going to get going here. Chicago requires furniture would be cool, except I'm nowhere close to being able to pull that off. We're going to come out the back. Go there. Alright, so how big of a train do I really need to deliver the coal or the iron? The Mogul was actually a very good train. If I do a consolidation, I'm spending 80 grand a pop. The Mogul's not that much cheaper. We didn't upgrade him. And the John Bull, the problem with the John Bull, he could carry maybe 4 of these, and he only carry like 2 or 3 of those. Yeah, we want it to be good. We have no money. I actually do need to like deliver something like the furniture just to get some money going. Or some clothes. Clothes are really good. I do have the leather. I have the textiles. Alright, we're going to go ahead and I can do 9 of those. That's amazing. Alright, I'll buy a big dude of that, and then we're just going to get a small John Bull. Actually, I probably should take the John Bull that's doing this. We don't need him to do that little meat route. Come up here and just take 4 of those and deliver 4 there. Go. Okay, next thing. Let's get our next mega highway going. I am up to 15 here, which is good, which means I'm going to get more and more. I do need to connect to Milwaukee somehow. So I think maybe the best way is through Chicago. Chicago can also produce stuff. The other thing is we have a wheat field here, so I don't necessarily need that guy to go all the way across the map. I can also make meat there. And again, not have somebody go all the way across the map. I just don't know, like, the amount of money I'm going to spend to set that up. Like, what good does that do me? Okay, and then this oil, I can generate like an oil refinery in here. Not too difficult to do. But again, that's not helping me to focus. So Jeff, stay focused. Stay focused, Jeff. Alright, so like... Man, that's 70 grand just to connect to Milwaukee. Alright, then let's buy an American. We'll at least get some more passenger revenue going. And that's the kind that's not going to drain Des Moines. I could try to get like Cedar Rapids. You know, he's got 7 population. This one has 7. Like, maybe try to get them to also go to Chicago. Yeah, let's do that. Because every little bit helps. And we need the... In fact, this one can only do people. Which, of course, is... We gotta be a little worried. We don't want Chicago to drain. There we go. We got that one set up. And then we're going to do another one. It's just more ways to make money without relying on Des Moines, which Des Moines does have good people, but it doesn't. We could drain it really quick. And that little bit, because they're, see, all these cities are near Des Moines, so the amount of pay we're going to get once they get delivered will be exactly the same as if it came from Des Moines, because we're going all the way across the map. Now, one thing I do have to be mindful of is, especially here, we need a double track. And we're going to do one of those cheap double tracks. And avoid the river. We're going to live in a van by the river. There we go. Alright. I still got to get my mega highway going to Green Bay. All of this research is so dang expensive. We fully researched all this stuff. I can't even afford to look at 218,000. I'm just going to add 10 more guys to this. Look at that, I got 20 out of 40 over here. look, there's a clothes factory up here. I didn't even realize that. What a weird thing. I have to go past it and then back down. We could try to do that. I mean, I need to make money. There's a clothes factory here. Yeah, I'm in a pickle over the money. We do got the steel going nicely. So why don't we get that started? 6 of them sounds good. He doesn't need all that much. Okay, so Des Moines. Actually, maybe a contract can get us money. Nope. We're going to branch straight off of this. This is our new highway. Lenny Kravitz is very happy right now. And we're just going to go up. This is going to make me cross 2 rivers. Let's back up. Let's just cross 1 river. And you'll notice we got a wheat field here. And now we got to go up. So I can go this way or I can go up and around. We'll go up and around. $205,000. Holy balls. Okay. But hopefully these next ones won't be as expensive. That was literally just a plug for the expansion pack. That last message. Okay. I'm going to go there and then I'm going to stop. And then we're just going to turn right and go right into Green Bay. Okay, so lots to do. First thing, we're going to connect to this wheat field. And as you may recall, the wheat's super expensive, so we need to buy it. Otherwise, you're going to be paying out the roof for it. And I never checked to see how much we're making from this run here. We should probably do that too. And you can see we got progress on everything but the lumber. I guess I'll wait to see what he does. Alright, so we completed this mission. We got 700 points there. We see we're down to 500 days. It's crazy how quick this goes. And like one thing I can do is, for example, I can pause it while I'm doing stuff like this. But I think part of the reason I let it run is just because I want to gain some profit or let some revenue come in. Come on, dude. Alright, so we got several dilemmas, and I'll explain them once I can zoom out and show you. So yeah, I got all these tracks going up, but then I let them die. So we got a sawmill. Oh crap, we can't use that sawmill. We got this one. So we have to deliver this lumber to all these cities. Well, we can easily get like a track going across to deliver to here, right? No problem. To deliver to Green Bay is going to be trickier. So I could make a track that just comes out over the water, connects to Green Bay, or even make another one that just goes all the way down, connects to Chicago. That also could work. Otherwise, just take the lumber and, connect into Des Moines somehow. But that's where I'm at. I gotta get this lumber going. So, I got all these tracks here. We're gonna go ahead and get this one all the way. So we need to be able to connect. So I'm gonna go ahead and just come out here. And yeah, let's do it this way. Connect. 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 Like Chicago requires kerosene. I could do this. Okay, so we got the land purchased. Make an oil refinery. Go back to this guy, make him deliver to the oil refinery. Perfect. And then we're going to set up the oil refinery to deliver kerosene to the contract. If it has more than 0. And then we're going to deliver to that if he has more than 1. There we go. That's off and on its way. T11. How's it been doing? It's at least making profit. So this quarter, 54,000. $27.06. Yeah, that's what I would expect. That's decent. it's decent. I mean, it's not going to get us the 100,000 we need to do whatever, but we got to get this going. All right. So, Amberg here. Yeah. This is where it gets tough. So you don't need to do anything with Amberg. Do I want to use a big gun? Since there's 3 of these, I'm thinking, although it's such a long trip. Yeah, we will. We're going to get 10 of them. Go. Then this one needs double track. And then this one needs triple track. Actually, double was probably going to be fine enough. See, now we're going into debt. So they need to be progressively more and more. This is actually cheaper way to get the wood delivered, because one train's only going to go back and forth between here and there. The other train's going to go here, and then the third train's going here. So you only need one path here. And that's the one we set up. So, yeah, it's another 80 grand to set up another one. Look at this. We're ticking down on the days here. I still don't have my lumber going. New contract, kerosene. I thought we did this. Oh, Des Moines needs kerosene now. I don't know if I could do it that fast. I need to get kerosene into here first. Too early. Too early. Rochester needs wood. It's not too far away, but again, I don't want to do it. When this thing, like if we could get Chicago all the stuff it needs, including the lumber. Now the other thing is let's say I had $1 million, I could just buy lumber from the global market. Oh my gosh, can I do that up here? I don't have land. But I do have, oh. Alright, we got a warehouse. Got our trading department up. That was 22K just to connect that nonsense. We're going to get a John Bull going. Get 4 of those into the warehouse. Go. I just need more money. I mean, I'm getting there, but and then this here is like ridiculously. We got all this textile, and I mean, I guess I am selling it here. I'm making a profit there. Man, these trains are just so expensive. So we're going to go ahead and get 6 steel going. To Green Bay. Of course, that guy's delivering some grains. And we need to do some shenanigans here. Make it so they can switch lanes. And we gotta make it so they can switch back. Alright, we're at 31 grand. We at least have one train doing the wood if it ever gets there. I don't even know where that train is. Why is he still... It's saying no path has been found? Go to Marinette, you jerk. So that means this one doesn't know where to go either. Oh, look at this. It's because I never connected it. Oh, I am a jerk. $36 out of 40, 45 out of 80, 18 out of 32, still 0 out of 40. Down to 392 days. I think I'm going to fail. I don't think I'm making the progress I should be. When I bought those trains, I was expecting them to be working their way up to do this lumber, and I failed. See, I could buy lumber straight up. I need 40 of them, though. That's my issue. So I got to be producing lumber somewhere else, which is what those trains are doing for me. What else can I do? I got the steel. Let's get 6 steel going to Marinetta. No matter what, I gotta get those going. I was hoping to reuse the trains that were helping Chicago and just divert them, the other way. It's just they're not done yet. Oh, what's this one? He's going to Creston. Oh my goodness. Now, John Bull's not keeping up, actually. And those guys that are... Yeah, look, Chicago's down to 0. This is where my I drained Chicago. 2, 3, 4, 5. So at Automa, I'll put one more. Oh, Cedar Rapids. I just reduced the number of people. Yeah, that would explain why I'm out. Look, I'm out of people. That's why I'm not making the money. I gotta make the money through something else. Like, this is gonna start making me money. And I completed my contract, so. And I'm gonna have some of them go to Milwaukee. It's actually not a bad idea. So, like, this guy's loading. I'll let it go. This one, I'll have it skip Chicago. Just go to Milwaukee. Alright. Our guys are up here. This John Bull is going to deliver 4 to the warehouse. Go. Okay, we got that going. We got 351,000. I think I need to. We got the meat done, so that means one of these guys is sitting here. You are. So normally I would just sell it to Chicago, but we're gonna actually. We're gonna send him to Green Bay now. Then the grain guy should be done too. Or nope, grain's not done yet. The steel's working along fine. It'll finish on time. I do need to get... Like, if I just made some clothes... Right there it is. So if I just come up here... Deliver some clothes... I'm going to deliver 10 of them. I know this is crazy, but I just need the revenue. Okay, so we got a lot of problems, actually. Yeah, we at least have another pathway. Yeah, I'm assuming he's just waiting to deliver his stuff. This guy no longer needs textile, he needs paper. So we'll go ahead and deliver those 4 there now. And then this paper, we could try to deliver it. Our trains are finally arriving up here. "288 days. How are we doing? We're still at 60. Where's our grain? He's going. That's not enough. This will be quicker. So where's this guy at again? That one? Oh, that one. So he's going to deliver he's going to deliver 15. We're going to be 5 short. I'm going to go there and buy 5. Whoops. I'm going to deliver 5 more. We're going to do it that way, and we're going to get that wrapped up, and that'll give me $1.5 million, which I can then use to do other stuff, because although my steel's not delivered, we're delivering steel right now. I'm too short on the steel. We'll get 8 lumber built. I should probably buy that sawmill. There we go. We're getting our first lumber delivered. First 10. This is working. This is working, folks. I do need to get this going. There's never a good time to spend 200,000 when I'm not quite rolling in the dough, but alright, so we're going to get that delivered. We are going to get some clothes going soon. So here we go. Warehouse. We're going to start with this warehouse. So first thing we're going to do is make sure that our wood is delivered to this contract. 0. We're going to go into commodity exchange and we're going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that drove up the price. So we're going to come over here. And we're going to sell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to come over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 2 more steel. And these steel guys, I'm going to copy them. I don't know where the steel guy is that's going to Green Bay. There he is. We'll get those doubled. Got to get our 5 grain. Here it comes. I was going to say, you better be somewhere, buddy. Okay, that's done. Alright, we're going to delete a bunch of stuff. Automa, we're going to pick up all of this grain. And deliver it to Marinetta. I need whoever has the meat going to Green Bay. We're going to copy you. We need double the meat delivery. Now I'm in negative money. We got the shirts. They're going. In fact, Mr. Meat Delivery, we're going to get another one. But instead of the Green Bay, we're going to get him started on Marinetta. Alright, looks like we got another wood delivery here. I gotta be mindful of this. So, commodity exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's sell one more. We're back in the positive. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Alright, we got our steel delivered. So that guy is probably sitting here doing nothing. He is. So we're going to scrap you and have you go to Marinetta. Go. Alright. I know I only have $14,000. I don't have the ability to do the to buy a. These haven't grown enough for me to be able to buy a warehouse. So you gotta deliver these the hard way. I do have ability to deliver paper here though, because I am making paper. It's just more of how do I get there. So he's just a few lumber away. We can bring the price back down. If I had enough money, I would just plow through it and just buy. I'm gonna stop being able to sell here. Why am I so... Oh, it's these shirts. I'm paying full price for these shirts. Yeah, just going into debt. Making Chicago run out of people was the worst. This Chicago to Milwaukee run, I'm just going to delete that completely. And the Cedar Rapids to Chicago, I'm going to just get rid of Chicago and make it Milwaukee. Alright, so after this guy delivers to here, we're going to now start delivering the lumber up here. we're no longer going to go to Rochester. And then for the commodity exchange, we're going to drive the wood back down. So it's nice and cheap. And then we're going to finish this sucker. And that is going to give us $1 million. There we go. We got $1.5 million for that. And we still got 2 more to go, and we got 163 days. And you can see we're close on a whole bunch of stuff except no grain, no meat. Yeah. I got to be able to... So for example, I got a warehouse here. So I could like maybe teleport goods and just have... There we go. I'm going to have a consolidation go straight to Milwaukee. And then we're going to have Milwaukee. We're going to buy some stuff. And then we're going to... Two, three. I'm going to get 3 guys going over there. Build a warehouse. And we're going to buy some stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What else do they need? Meat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grain. The steel, I think we got covered. Even though we're short on that too. Then I also need to improve this. Need at least 2 tracks there. Oh look, this is the first one. He's already here. So we are going to pick up from the warehouse. $10 of these. And deliver. Alright, we got the Mason Bogey done. The good news is I don't need to research anything else. The 10-wheelers, if I'm going to go big, I'm going to go 10-wheeler. And the good news also is this is a little bit lower quantity of everything. So we got that, where's our lumber guy? I'm going to copy him. Because as you can see, we got a lot of lumber piling up here. what I should have done is just kept delivering it to the warehouse. Alright, so we got a guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get him going. Okay, we're going to get all 3 of these guys going. And then I'm just going to have the warehouse buy more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if I have enough time. I'm down to 106 days. What is this? Oh, he delivered all of his steel. There's no more steel left to deliver. So I'm going to have him go there. Okay, there's people that are waiting here. So what do we got? Green is done. So we're going to change you to here. Go. Actually, where is he going? Go to Marinetta first. Go. You. The green is done. Go to Marinetta first. You. The meat is not done. You're just unloading. So these guys are coming back to get more. We got lumber guy. One of those must be our grain guy. Yep. The 100 days thing is just... That's the thing. I don't know if I can get up there in time. Look at that. Marinetta has 0 grain. They do have some lumber because we've been doing that directly to them. I need to copy you. And I need to copy you. Not good. $79 days. We need Chicago to get to a certain value. We need our company to a certain value. See, this we have plenty of time. 600 days left there. It's these refugees thing. Boy, was this is such a tough challenge. You have to focus on that lumber right away. And then the other big mistake I made is this. So I had to go all the way over there for the lumber, whereas look, this lumber is boom, boom. I'm right next to these 2 cities. Okay, what's going on? We can... We're just going to dump the steel. Get rid of that agenda. Go. And that one's just waiting for free track, huh? what? We never finished this part. This is getting expensive. Rather than having him go to Marinetta, we gotta drop it off there so we can drive that price back down. Oh my gosh. There we go. I'm definitely running out of time. This is beatable. I think I could do this. I just have to be a little more focused. This is one of those ones where you have to lose and then realize. I got two guys here waiting for lumber. The meat is getting expensive too. More expensive than the lumber. What's he doing? Okay, so we got a warehouse up. We're just going to take 7 from the farm. And then bring the price back down to semi-reasonable levels. Come back over. That was very expensive, but it's working. All right, we sold some lumber. Alright, this guy's done. Go. Oh, we got another one. Good, good, good. We're going to get this one done on time. Because this one, see, that's another meat one. Here comes the lumber. The lumber for Marinetta is the problem. I'm going almost as fast as I can here, and I think I came up with the idea just a tad too late. So this guy, for example, he really needs to go to Marinetta. There we go. What are you waiting on? Oops. Yep, he's done. So we're going to go ahead and scrap him. So we got... What am I missing in Green Bay? Oh, I'm still missing lumber. Oh no. This one is not going to be enough. That one's not going to Marinetta. It's got to come to here. Alright, so we got enough meat delivered. I'm going to go ahead and scrap it and get 45 grand back. Scrap him. Scrap him. Look at this. So close. Oh. Darn it. Alright, I'm at 2 hours. Look, this mission is easy to beat. As you saw, we crippled the AI. It's just a matter of, you know, getting the company value up. I know I'm only at 4.5 million. But we could do this. It's not a matter of can't beat the mission. The bigger issue is I wanted to get these done. And of course, you can see you get 900,000 here and 1 million there. So you do get paid an awful lot. And of course, I came close. Look, Green Bay was just 6 lumber away, and I actually had the lumber loaded and on its way. The Marinetta, not so much. Although, right there, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 10 lumber ready here. And then the grain was basically going to finish. So we actually nailed them all. 10 lumber would have taken me to 20 out of 24. I was that close. So what I'm going to do is, I want to start over, but I'm not going to record that. So I might do it, and then what I'll do is I'll maybe record another video when I succeed, right? So we can pick up from there. And like I said, there is at least one more mission. Because the 10-wheeler does come out. I swear to you it does. So I'm more interested in solving these. As you can see, like I got 700 here. I should get the 400 and the 350 here and here. I have 532 days left. So that part I'm not as concerned about. Um, my two key mistakes was I am not so certain that that meat circle thing that we did at the beginning was really the best idea, or maybe it was, but I should have used John Bulls instead. Just because the consolidation was a bit too much. The second mistake is I started to try to get the textiles. So I made that track that goes all the way up to the sheep. And as you notice, you don't need textiles to even play this game or this mission. So that's it. I'm going to restart this, and thanks for watching. Stay awesome.